Good morning, everybody. Matt Moda here to give you my favorite MLB home run predictions for today. We're talking Saturday, June 21st. Happy Saturday, everybody. I'm once again spraying the board with these home run predictions, so I'm going to have 10 for you guys to lock in. Just again, we're lowering that unit size. We're risking 1 unit total on home runs today. Before we get into all that, let's do a recap from yesterday. We did get 2 guys to hit a home run, but because of the odds, the way everything shook out, we did not make a profit. We were down 0.09 units, which that in and of itself is not terrible, but I was hoping we could have a day in the green. Pretty frustrating. Kyle Tucker hit a baseball 400 feet, was not a home run, and Brenton Doyle hit a baseball 390 feet, was not a home run. And then the Rays managed to score like 16, 14 runs, whatever it was, but no home runs came from Brandon Lau or Jonathan Aranda. So regardless, you can always kind of make these kind of comments and you can always kind of say how things didn't go your way. But regardless, at the end of the day, down 0.09 units. Was hoping we had a day in the green, but we didn't. The entire season, need to fix my formula for 1 unit. But on the entire season, if you are following my unit size guiding, you are down about 6.8 units, down about 8.53% ROI. It's been pretty brutal recently, but we have a long way to go until the season's over, and I'm very confident by the season's end, this number will be green. We are green the last 2 years on the Dong Report. I'm hoping that we can make it 3 in a row. Another incredibly juicy day for home runs. I mean, you see like plus 30% at Coors, plus 50% at Wrigley, plus 28% at the Bank, 26% at Yankee Stadium. And the good news is agreement across the board on all of those games, as I have something in my eye. Agreement across the board, according to Weather Edge, on all of those games. Weather Edge looks just from a weather perspective, and then Ballpark Pal, you can look at the combined, you can look at just the stadium, you can look at just the weather. Either way, like I said, there was agreement across the board, which is always good. Yankee Stadium, good. Cardinal Stadium, a little bit, like they have it insanely good, plus 61%. Ballpark Pal does think it's a good weather game. They have it at plus 10%, but the Cardinals Stadium is not generally a home run stadium, so Ballpark Pal has it as more of a neutral weather game, or neutral game total, as opposed to as good as Weather Edge. Now the Cubs, it's funny, there is no historical games available matching the weather at Wrigley Field. So you want to look at Wrigley. It is hot, temperature in the mid 90s. That's crazy. 20-mile-an-hour winds blowing out of the stadium. And at Wrigley Field, no other stadium is as receptive to wind as Wrigley Stadium. And there are 20-mile-an-hour winds blowing out in an incredibly hot day. This is probably one of the best weather venues, weather games of the day that you could possibly imagine at Wrigley Field. It's so good that it breaks the code at Weather Edge. But regardless, Phillies, good. Rockies, good. So all that stuff in mind. Yesterday I was hoping for a much better day than we had yesterday, but it was nice to at least see 2 guys across the ticker hit home runs, and I am very confident in the guys that we have today. So we can get started. First things first, I'm going right back to the Rockies game with 3 guys I'm taking to hit a home run. It's Eugenio Suarez. I believe I pronounced that correctly. Let me know in the comments if I did. I'm taking Hunter Goodman again, and I'm taking Brenton Doyle again. So I'm running back the 2 guys on the Rockies while adding in a guy on the Diamondbacks. Now, I wanted to take Ketel Marte to hit a home run, but I couldn't, like anything below like 230, I really just couldn't stomach. Plus 210 for him is gross. I mean, if you look at it, you're getting better odds on both Ohtani and Judge, who honestly aren't bad plays themselves. I don't have either Ohtani or Judge. Neither of them are bad plays, but I just could not stomach 210 for Ketel Marte. If you can stomach that, then go ahead and lock him in. But you look at the 3 guys that I did take. Now the odds, Suarez plus 265, Brenton Doyle plus 540 at FanDuel, and Hunter Goodman plus 300 FanDuel. This was 330 when I went to go lock it in, and then it immediately moved to 300. But I would still take it there. So we're looking at Eugenio Suarez. So this was the game yesterday, the Rockies game against the Diamondbacks. Insane game. I mean, 14-8, a ton of hard hits. But we see Marte had 4 hard hits. That was awesome with the home run. Now, Suarez did hit 2 home runs yesterday. I know that sometimes does scare people off, but he's one of those guys where he'll have a 5-game span where he hits 5 home runs, and then he'll go 10 days without hitting one. Like, he's one of the more streakier guys in terms of home runs. So the fact that he hit 2 yesterday, I'm okay with that. The most important thing, 4 hard hits. He hit the ball in the air consistently, hit the ball hard consistently. That's what we're looking for. And then the guys on the Rockies, you know, the 2 guys that hit home runs was kind of frustrating. McMahon hit one on 1 hard hit. Mickey Moniak hit one on 1 hard hit. I generally look for guys that are more consistently hitting the ball hard as opposed to just getting 1 hard hit that also clears a fence. And you look at the 2 Rockies guys, Hunter Goodman, 3 hard hits, Bretton Doyle, 2 hard hits. But Doyle, I mentioned this at the beginning, he hit one, Bretton Doyle hit one 396 feet, would have been a home run in 7 of 30 stadiums. So we had 102 miles an hour off the bat is very, very impressive for Bretton Doyle with a 23-degree launch angle. I mean, it matches everything you look for a home run. It just didn't quite happen. But I like the fact that he's hitting the ball hard consistently, because you look, these are hard hits over the last 7 games. Look who leads the Rockies with 13. That's a 13 hard hits in a 7-day span. And like a 40% fly ball rate and a 40% pull rate is not that bad in terms of what we're looking for guys to hit home runs. So I do think that Doyle, he's going to have a stretch where he hits like 3 in 4 games, or he hits 2 in the same game, something like that. So I do think that it's smart to continue riding him. And then I also like Hunter Goodman. He's got 4 barrels in the last 7 games, 25% barrel rate, 62.5% hard hit rate. The 4 barrels, that leads the Rockies, and 4 barrels in a 7-game span is very, very good. Now, he, as I mentioned, had 3 hard hits yesterday. He didn't have anything that was that close to being a home run, but he had a line out, 108 miles an hour off the bat. That's impressive. And then he had a fly out that was 97.5 miles an hour off the bat, just too far under it. That launch angle wasn't good. And then he had a double that was kind of an interesting double that had a -degree launch angle. But I mean, he's been hitting the ball well and barreling the ball up well for both of them. The pitching matchup is a little interesting. It's Carson Palmquist on the mound for the Rockies. Now, you don't want to put... I believe one of the reasons why I have struggled a little bit more this year is I probably am putting too much emphasis on the starting pitching matchup. Starting pitcher gets rocked, guess what? He's gone in 3 innings. Then you have a bullpen game. And some of the guys, like I said, I think I probably just looked too much a little bit into the starting pitching matchup, but I do think it's important to highlight. The lefty, Carson Palmquist, pitching for the Rockies. Guy's an absolute dong machine. I mean, you look at his numbers, it's red across the board. He's not going to last that long in the game. But if he does, hopefully Eugenio Suarez hits a home run off of him. The biggest thing for Palmquist is the 4-seam fastball. That's the pitch that gets crushed the hardest. Throws it 43% of the time. And, I mean, we're talking 58% hard hit rate, 421 ISO rate. And Suarez hits fastballs really, really well. I mean, against lefties he does, and in general he does. He's got the second best barrel rate against 4-seam fastballs on the team. Now, Marte's number 1. Marte is also good, but again, the odds on him were too bad. And then the Diamondbacks pitcher, Merrill Kelly. Now, I took 2 righties against him. He is a little bit worse against lefties, but he's not good against righties, so I'm not necessarily scared off of that. Like, you look at him against righties, 7% barrel rate, 7.5%, and then you look at plate IQ, they have that a little bit actually higher at 11%. A little bit of a disagreement on barrel rate, but hard hit rate 43% is not good. The biggest issue for him is the 4-seam fastball. And you look at Rockies hitters against the 4-seamer. Hunter Goodman over the last month, really, really good numbers. Now, he strikes out a lot, but that's okay because when he makes contact, he really hits it hard. I mean, we see 97 off the bat, 108 off the bat, 105. 16% barrel rate, 2/3 of the time, it's a hard hit. Bretton Doyle doesn't have as good of a barrel rate, but he also has a similarly good hard hit rate. I mean, 50% of the time, 30% fly ball rate. And the double he hit 396 feet, that was off of a 4-seamer. And then we see like 102, 105, 96.5. And then the pitcher, like Merrill Kelly, if he allows the home run, it's off of his 4-seamer. So I do think that it makes sense to go right back to the guys on the Rockies while adding in a Eugenio Suarez as well. Those are my first 3 plays in this Rockies game. Next up, we are heading over to the Cubs game. And 2 guys I'm running back are Pete Crow Armstrong and Kyle Tucker. I'm riding both of them back in this one. Again, it's about the best weather game you could possibly imagine for home runs. I mean, hot, and temperature in the 90s, good for carry. 20-mile-an-hour winds, good for carry. 20-mile-an-hour winds at Wrigley Field, the best you could possibly imagine for carry. Now, the odds are very stinky. Very, very stinky. 260 for Kyle Tucker, and I think those actually moved. Let me refresh this. I believe those actually changed, but maybe you can get a better price. Let's see. Kyle Tucker, yeah, this is what I got. 245 at Bet365, 265 at Bet365 for Tucker and Armstrong. About the lowest I was willing to go for a home run play, but you had to have something in this one. And look, I get that these odds are stinky, but if the guy hits a home run, the odds count. And really what you're looking for in this one is guys that can put the ball in the air. You're looking for fly ball rate with some power, right? Because anything else, that ball is just going to fly. And you look at fly ball rate over the last couple weeks here. Pete Crow Armstrong does a really, really good job putting the ball in the air. 54% fly ball rate over the last 2 weeks. Kyle Tucker, 57% fly ball rate over the last 2 weeks. But you also want to look at barrels as well. Now, Suzuki's good. You could also go with Suzuki, 7 barrels over the last 2 weeks. Swanson also been barreling the ball up well, but not hitting as many fly balls. But then you look at Tucker, and Tucker's got 5, Pete Crow Armstrong's got 4, and they both have a fly ball rate above the 50s. So, you could add in Ian Happ, who's been hot recently. You could add in Sia Suzuki as well. I mean, the odds across the board. I mean, Suzuki, you're getting 230. Happ, you're getting 255, 260, which is not terrible, but I like the two lefties the best, Tucker and Pete Crow Armstrong. Now, Tucker had a good day at the plate yesterday. Pete Crow Armstrong did not, so we're kind of hoping for a little bit of a couple days ago, Pete Crow Armstrong hit the ball well. He just didn't yesterday. But you look at Tucker, 404 feet, double, just not quite a home run. And then Tucker had 2 hard hits in general. So he had a good day yesterday. Was close to hitting a home run. Again, PCA did not, but I'm not necessarily scared off of that. And I know that I mentioned I don't want to put too much emphasis on the starting pitcher, but the guy Emerson Hancock pitching for the Mariners really struggles against lefties. We're talking a home run every under 20 at-bats, which is a really bad number. Sinker, changeup, four-seamer, with the sinker and the changeup being the 2 biggest home run pitches for him. And especially the sinker, Kyle Tucker hits really well. Changeup is a little bit hit or miss. You could add in Michael Busch as well. I mean, you could add 6 guys in this game because of how the weather is. But I'm just rocking with the 2, Pete Crow Armstrong and Kyle Tucker. That is play number 4. That is play number 5. Next up, we're heading over to the Phillies game. And I have one guy on each team. Brandon Nimmo, I'm taking him to hit a home run. And Max Kepler, I am taking him to hit a home run. The odds on these guys are pretty good. Kepler is 430 at FanDuel, and Nimmo is 400 at FanDuel. Incredible home run weather in Philly today. I mentioned it's plus 28% according to Ballpark Pal and according to Weather Edge. Almost exactly a match, which is always good. Granted, Ballpark Pal includes both. If you just look at the weather, it's plus 11. So either way, very, very good game in Philly today. And Kepler is one where I am definitely looking more at the starting pitching matchup than a lot of the other plays. But the thing with Kepler is he's going up against a pitcher that does struggle against lefties. Griff Canning, I should say struggles more against lefties. Home run every 27.5 or so at bats. But the biggest thing here is the four-seam fastball and the slider, the 2 pitches that are hit the hardest. And Kepler, by far, has the best numbers against the four-seamer on the entire Phillies. Over the last month, 3 home runs off the four-seamer, 22% barrel rate, 77% hard hit rate, fly ball 44% of the time, and he's not striking out. His strikeout rate is below 15%. That is really, really, really good. That's over the last month. You want to look over the last 3 months, so basically the entire season. Guess what? The most home runs off the four-seamer, best barrel rate, second best hard hit rate, best fly ball rate. He really, really hits four-seam fastballs well. He has all year. So whenever the Phillies are playing a guy that is a four-seam fastball thrower, and that is where their home runs come off of, that is when you want to target Max Kepler. And you look at him, he didn't have a great day at the plate yesterday, but you look at him over the last 14 days, 6 barrels, 19 hard hits. Those are good numbers. That's over the last 14 days. Over the last week, he's got 2 barrels and 11 hard hits. Those numbers are good. Fly ball rate, above 50%. Pull rate, above 50%. That's exactly what you're looking for a situation like this. And the slider is not quite as good as the four-seam fastball for Kepler, but it's not terrible. I mean, 42% hard hit rate isn't amazing. Obviously, that barrel rate is low. 21% fly ball rate is low. And then you look at the last month for Kepler, it's a little bit better. I mean, the home run that he hit against the slider came in the last month, just came, 5 days ago. He sent one 389 feet. But the EV logs off the slider recently are a little bit better. But granted, he does strike out more. So it's not perfect, but I do think that when you add in the 2 home run pitches, I mean, Kepler's by far got the best numbers, with the four-seamer doing the majority of the work there. So that is Max Kepler. As for Brandon Nimmo, so Mick Abel's pitching for the Phillies. Again, we don't want to put too much emphasis in the starting pitching matchup. Abel's been awesome. He has struggled slightly bit against lefties. I mean, the hard hit rate, almost 50% is bad. The line drive rate, plus fly ball rate at like 60% is pretty bad. And Nimmo is hitting the ball pretty well. I mean, a lot of guys on the Mets are hitting well, so it's kind of pick your poison. But last 7 days, Nimmo, 6 hard hits isn't incredible, and then last 14 days is a little bit better. 17 hard hits is pretty good. 4 barrels is pretty good. And then yesterday, Nimmo hit the ball well off of Zach Wheeler of all. So if he can hit the ball well off of Zach Wheeler, then you can hit Mick Abel pretty well. He had 3 hard hits yesterday, led the team, only player in the game that had more than 2 hard hits. And then he had the second hardest hit of the game, 109 miles an hour off the bat. Then he also had a double that traveled 395 feet. So he had 2 hits above 100 miles an hour. One of them put in the air. This is pulled just a little bit, not hit the center field, and it's a home run. So Nimmo, he's also kind of a streaky batter. So the 3 hard hits yesterday, feel good about going with him today, especially again in a really, really good weather situation, plus 28% according to both sources that I look at. So that is play. I believe that was 5 and 6 or 6 and 7, but it's Max Kepler, Brandon Nimmo, 2 guys in the Phillies game. Now we're heading to the Yankees game, and I have 1 play in this one. It's Trent Grisham to hit a home run. The odds on him are a little bit stinky, plus 3. I believe it was 330 when I locked it in. Trent Grisham, 330. So you can actually get a better price now at 350. Let me just refresh, make sure that's still available. 350. So you can get a little bit of a better price than what I locked in. The biggest 2 things here. One, I guess I should say good weather game, but to go even deeper than that, where's Yankee Stadium? You want to target lefty pull hitters, right? You look at I talk about this all year, but the Yankee Stadium, the Rays home stadium, short right field porch. So any lefty that hits the ball in the air, it's going to look good at Yankee Stadium. And the pitcher they're going up against, Zach Eflin, really, really struggles against lefties. I mean, he's really bad against lefties. On the year, home run every 12, basically every 13 at-bats against left-handed hitters. That is really, really, really bad. Cutter, changeup, curveball, all 3 of them are home run pitches. And Grisham, he's a decent home run hitter. You look at him, over the last month, he's hit 3 home runs against righties. That's not amazing. 8% barrel rate, 46% hard hit rate, 27% fly ball rate. That was Jazz Chisholm. Grisham. It's not, those numbers aren't amazing over the last month. He was hitting well yesterday, and then you look at just kind of the last 14 days, he's got 10 hard hits, but he's got 3 barrels. Now, Judge obviously is incredible, but the last 7 days, it looks a little bit better for Trent Grisham. 8 hard hits, and then all 3 of those barrels happened in the last week. And then you go to him, his game log. You kind of look like the hot streak is recently, right? 3 barrels in his last 5 games. 1 hard hit, 2 hard hit, 1 hard hit, 2 hard hit. So it's not been amazing, but it's definitely not been terrible. They always run the risk of Trent Grisham with him not being in the lineup, because sometimes they're wonky with their lineups. But I think Ben Rice is out tonight, so I'm pretty confident Trent Grisham is going to be in the lineup. The home run pitches, Cutter, 5 of his home runs and 27% of his pitch mix is really bad. And Cutter over the last month, there's not enough data, but on the season, I should say, Grisham's got really good numbers against the cutter. You look at Trent Grisham, he hasn't seen a ton recently. This goes back to May and April, but when he does see cutters, he hits them really well. 22% barrel rate, 55% hard hit rate, 33% fly ball rate, and no strikeouts. He's consistently making contact and hitting the ball hard. That's off the cutter. The changeup is also pretty good for him. Granted, the hard hit rate is low, but the barrel rate is high, 12% barrel rate, three home runs hit off of the changeup, and then the curveball. Those are the 3 home run pitches. Again, not a ton of data. The barrel rate, only 10 at bat, so it's like a tiny sample size. The hard hit rate is low, but the barrel rate is decent. And then Eflin really, really struggles against lefties. And then Grisham in general, hot streak has kind of been in the last 7 days. So you look at him, like 14 days looks bad, 7 days looks good, 3 barrels. That is tied with the Yankees with Goldschmidt and Judge. So Grisham, lefty in Yankee Stadium, guy puts the ball in the air, is always going to be good. And then the last 2 is Christian Yelich. We're taking him to hit a home run. He is best offered at plus, I believe it was 420. Yelich, yeah, 420 at FanDuel. Pretty good price, 350, 300s, mid 300s across the board. But 420 at Yelich, I really like. And Yelich, if you took Yelich to hit a home run yesterday, I feel very bad for you because the Brewers scored 17 runs. Yelich hit a baseball 429 feet. It was not a home run. Somehow, it was not a home run. It would have been a home run in 27 of 30 ballparks. It was 107 miles an hour off the bat, 23-degree launch angle. But Yelich just destroyed the baseball yesterday. He had 4 hard hits. That's really impressive when you can get 4 hard hits. And you want to see, okay, how many of those were above 100 miles an hour? All 4, 105.4, 105.4, 107.5, and 108. That is very, very, very impressive. Generally, you don't want to take home runs at this stadium, Target Field. Today is actually a day in which you can do so. Like from a stadium perspective, it's gross, -6%. From a weather perspective, it's very, very good. The reason why, 100 degrees, low barometric pressure, and it's windy. 16 mile an hour winds. Now, they're blowing kind of more to left field, so it's not the wind specifically won't help Yelich as much as the wind at Wrigley Field, but it's still good. And then I believe Weather Edge, they weren't as high on the weather. I'm not 100% sure why, because I guess they have the winds more blowing directly to left or left as opposed to slightly out, but temperature in the mid 90s up to 100 with the barometric pressure low is going to help with carry. So it's a rare time where it actually is decent home run weather at Target Field. And Yelich, again, he destroyed the baseball yesterday. He's been good recently. You look at him, last 7 days, 10 hard hits. 1 barrel is not amazing, but the 10 hard hits. Last 2 weeks, 15 hard hits. Again, still just the 1 barrel. He's not barreling the ball up a ton, but he is hitting it hard. And then yesterday specifically, really destroyed it. And the pitcher he's going up against is perfect for Yelich. It is Simeon Woods Richardson. He's a Dong guy. If you're a home run guy while also pitching in the Twin Stadium, that's not great. He hasn't pitched a ton this year, admittedly. He's also kind of a strikeout guy, but he does get hit hard. And the thing with him is the 4-seam fastball, which Yelich, his barrel rate numbers are not amazing, but his hard hit rate numbers are good. 50% hard hit rate, 20% fly ball rate. I'm going to look at the 4-seam fastball. Like the barrel rate is low, but the hard hit rate is high, 60%. EV is good. A lot of numbers are green across the board against the 4-seamer. Again, you don't want to put too much emphasis on just the starting pitching matchup. We're more so just backing a guy in Yelich who just destroyed the baseball. And then our last one, and I'll be quick here, it's James Wood. He didn't hit a home run yesterday, but he did hit the ball pretty hard. And let me refresh this because this is taking out yesterday. 3 hard hits, 2 straight games, 3 barrels the day before that. The pitcher he is going up against is a home run guy. Dustin May is a home run guy. Every 32 at-bats isn't terrible. Every 34 at-bats in general. He's a sinker thrower, especially to, that's his home run pitch is the sinker. And James Wood has good numbers against the sinker. 16% barrel rate, 58% hard hit rate. Now, the fly ball rate is admittedly low, but he just hit a home run 2 days ago off the sinker, traveled 403 feet. He has been striking out and walking a lot recently, so we kind of see that when he makes contact, the ball's hit hard, but he doesn't do it a ton. But when James Wood, we know he's just been hitting the baseball so well. 3 barrels, 1 barrel, 1 barrel, 2 barrels, 4 hard hits. You kind of see It is a little bit hit or miss with like, what, a 5-game stretch here where he had 3 hard hits, but then 3 in back-to-back games. So doesn't really need to go more than that. James Wood, his EV logs are insane. And that's all I got. I know this video went a little bit longer than yesterday, so I'll make the recap quick, but it's 0.1 units on each of these guys. We're going Eugenio Suarez, Hunter Goodman, Brenton Doyle, Kyle Tucker, Pete Crow Armstrong, Max Kepler, Brandon Nimmo, Trent Grisham, Christian Yelich, and James Wood. You know, it depends on the odds. Some guys just takes 2 to hit a home run, like the 2 longer shot. Like if Doyle and Wood come through, that would equal profit. Some other guys, like if it's just Suarez and Tucker and Armstrong, then we're going to need 3. Regardless, we got 2 yesterday. I'm feeling really good about today. And that's it. So I appreciate you guys for watching. Make sure to like the video, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Make sure to bet responsibly, and have a good one.